Hi guys, welcome back to We Need to Talk with Nash and Robs.
Yeah, guys, we know it's been a hot minute, and I feel like every week we say, "Oh, next week's episode," and then next week comes and we don't have the episode. So sorry for the inconsistency, but here we are. So it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about pretty hurts. We're
Mm.
going to be talking about beauty standards. We're going to be talking about plastic surgery, our biggest insecurities, and all of that good stuff. So, Rob, without any further ado, what is your biggest insecurity?
Oh, I think without it being extremely honest, my biggest insecurity is my weight. And like just as a subcategory, it's actually the shape of my face. That's why I don't know if you
Why?
guys ever noticed in every episode, which we've recorded, there's always been hair in my face. It's because I just feel like I have an oval mixed with a pentagon shaped face. And it just gets to me every time. So last week, I went to that event with Dr. Hauschka, and the lady was like, "You have such amazing cheekbones and such a nice facial structure." And I was like, "Are you talking to me?" Because I just feel like my face is just, it's a big face, guys. It's just
Oh,
like I feel,
no, man, you took it back.
I just want definition, without like, but it, and also my ears in my face because I tried waxing my eyebrows at home and I took off a quarter of my eyebrow. So, but those are my biggest insecurities. Nash, what are yours? Thank you.
Well, obviously, my skin, I've had bad acne since like the
Mm.
day I was born.
Oh,
So, um, no, man, and like also the dark spots and stuff. So
yeah.
I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna make up. I'm not gonna zhuzh myself up, because the episode is about pretty hurts, and why not, you know? And my teeth were a bigger insecurity. In fact, my teeth were the biggest insecurity before I had them done, like with braces and stuff. I don't think they are perfect, like as perfect as I would like them to be. If I had the cash, I would go do braces again.
Or veneers.
I
Would you
wouldn't
do
get
veneers?
No, I wouldn't because I just don't want them to chisel my teeth. Then I'll be looking like a rat.
Like it looks like pure gremlins when they chisel the teeth. It's veneers are so scary.
So it's hectic. But I would get like a plump or two in my lips, just like,
So lip
just to
filler.
like, I would. Just like one vial in each lip. Yeah, just even one. That's
Don't
all.
you need to like continuously go for them when you go for lip filler?
Probably, but like, I don't know if I would make it a continuous thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't have like very small lips, but I just want them to be like a pout.
I just honestly feel
Like,
like your lips are perfect, bro.
things. And that's how I feel about your face. But
Mm,
here we
but
are.
I know. I'm not saying I wouldn't do Botox or I would never do lip fillers, but there's some like insecurities or things that like a fancy gloss bomb can help. Like today, in today's instances, I feel like my lips are the only reason I'm wearing makeup because we plan to do this episode with no makeup on both our sides is because I went into the
Yeah.
office today. So I'm one to never ever waste a face beat. So here we are. But other than that, I think growing up with alignment to today's topics, society has made these extremely high beauty
Mm.
standards that we can't blame it all on society because when we follow them without obligation, we become the problems. But I just feel like the beauty standards now are so far fetched, or anorexic people are getting bullied, obese people are getting bullied, mid sized people are getting bullied. Like, it's a lot.
I just feel like it didn't start now, though.
Yeah,
I feel like it's very wrong to be blaming the Kardashians on this
same.
unfair or like unethical beauty standard because in the early 2000s, being skinny was the in thing. And there was no Kardashians.
Yeah.
You had like Christina Aguilera, Paris Hilton, Britney Spears. We had all those are the it girls. And Britney was never skinny. But in terms of like beauty and like she didn't have like a huge ass and huge boobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was all about being super lean, having sleek hair, like it hasn't started from now.
Can I
And
ask you
so,
something? Can
yeah.
I ask, based in 2023 and according to the beauty standards, which celebrities now are the it girls and boys for you?
For me, or my opinion of what the industry thinks is like the it
Yeah,
people.
you can give both.
Okay, I think Lori Harvey number one. Yes, the Kardashians, but Lori Harvey is clearly the it girl right
Yeah,
now. And I know she works out and she does Pilates and all of
and she
those fun
went for a
things, but I
BBL.
also, that's what I was going to say. Like, I saw a lot of articles that she has had work done.
Mm.
Now, there's nothing wrong with having work done, but I think what annoys me is that now it's so subtle, and you think that, oh my God, this person is, perfect, like their
Mhm.
body is everything. Meanwhile, they've had work done, but you'll never know because the surgeries now are just like chef's kiss.
Yeah,
Whereas the Kardashians, no, because we've seen their transformation, whatever the case may be. We've seen Kylie's thin lips, yada yada, fish face. So it's easy to target them. Whereas there's so many celebs now who have had work done, and we don't know. Like Lori Harvey, you would swear her body's all natural.
yeah,
Because she's so toned and stuff like that. So definitely her. On the guy side, the it guys. I don't know, hey? Who do you think? I'm saying Lori Harvey because I think she's a top it girl right now. I won't mention the Kardashians because they
yeah.
run shit.
True,
So,
true. I think, like,
yeah.
if we're gonna consider all things like beauty, makeup wise, surgery wise, workout wise, from the guys, I'm not like, obviously this is a on the spot question, but I don't know why Timothy Chalamet popped up into my head for like an it boy. I mean, everybody saw him smoking the cigarette at the Beyonce concert, and back in the day, you had to have a little soul to be that person. I'm not saying he had any work done. I don't think so. I think God just really designed that face. But he's really one of the it boys in this generation for me.
Yeah.
So on the guys list, it's definitely Tim Tim. And then on the gals list, I want to say, um, I want to say Beyonce because to be honest, she paints this picture like she works hard, which she really, really does. She is a performer. But after three babies, Blue and then the twins, and then to rock up on the stage like that, always dancing on the 8 counts in beat with every song. But I know those tights she wears doesn't show like skin and everything. So it obviously looks like she's really toned, which she probably is because you know why Hicks diets and stuff.
No, but you know what? No, wait, let's back it up right there. Also, the Beehive is very delusional when it comes to Beyonce. Beyonce
Yeah.
has had so much work done,
You think
plastic
so?
surgery. What do you mean, do I think so? Have you seen her stomach? Have you seen her nose or like her lips? Like, no, let's just call it thing a thing. She's had so much of work done, and she's not the only like A+ lister celeb that's had work done. But again, her fan base is just
Yeah,
absolutely delusional, irrational when it comes to Beyonce. They just
yeah.
cannot reason. They cannot like.
And underrated, another underrated it girl for me is Adrian Baloin. I don't know if I'm saying it properly. Baloin.
Alone Houghton. Yes, Israel
That one.
Houghton's wife.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
she
no,
is so stunning for her little self.
she is. And well, just based off watching the reel, I also follow her YouTube channel and stuff like that. She downplays herself so much.
Oh, she's stunning.
I don't know. It's just like because she's so humble,
Yeah,
she doesn't put herself. I'm not saying she's insecure or anything like that, but she just doesn't put herself up there. She
yeah,
doesn't give off that like arrogant vibe, and that's what makes her more beautiful.
yeah.
But sometimes she could just like I just wish she could just be arrogant for a day
Just for
because
an
she is that
hour.
girl. You know what I mean? I feel like Beyonce is arrogant as hell. Like she's just like, oh, I woke up like this. I'm Queen Bee. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like fine, you get in our face that you are that girl. You know. But then Adrian is like beauty. She can sing. She's got such a good vibe from
Yeah.
what we see on Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, going back to your insecurity of your weight gain and stuff like that, I feel like you dress so well, you look so well. Why is it such an insecurity?
I think growing up, I read not so long ago, actually, okay, about a few years ago. I read an article, or I think a social media post that said plus size people always tend to put on extra makeup or extra fragrances, perfumes to smell good just to somehow disguise the weight. I don't know how true that is, but obviously I believed it because of my size. But in that area, when you feel like I don't know if this is for all weight types, but people don't keep their opinions to themselves. I've been asked
Mm,
if I'm pregnant so many times that I think from now on, nobody knows me in Cape Town, so they won't ask it. But if I'm in Durban, I'm going to eventually just start saying yes because, A, it's just rude. Treat your,
yeah,
teach your children better. Also, just if you're not a child, be a better adult, you know?
yeah,
In those cases where you can't find your size or it's too tight or it doesn't fit and it's just so demotivating in my case. But I think also the insecurity just stems from, and it's not just being overweight, it's also like skin
yeah.
color. Like, I
Mm,
just feel
big
like
one.
fair complexioned people are preferred, are treated better, are always approached, and this is not
Wait,
any racial slurs, okay?
approached as in the dating scene.
In everything. Like if we
Okay,
walking in a mall, I feel like people are more likely to approach you for directions or a question than a darker skinned person.
okay,
It's just
I get it.
it's been my experiences as well. I'm not saying like it's always the white
Yeah,
community that wins, but just from observations and just
yeah,
hanging around people, fairer people are often preferred in this society that we live in. But another thing for me
yeah.
was for a long time, I couldn't leave the house without wearing makeup because I just felt like if I beat my face, because I'm always getting compliments on it, no tea, no shade, people would focus on my face. You have nothing else to look at
Mm,
and nowhere else to look at because you're looking at my face. My foundation's matching, everything is happening here. So it's
yeah,
sort of a distraction from what's happening down here.
I get you.
So yeah, and then that's like my bit. I've grown a lot out of it. I'm not saying I'm no more insecure now or I'm just like pulling a Lizzo
Yeah,
and just not giving a F and
yeah,
just being completely confident. No, I do watch what I eat and when I eat it and stuff like that. I mean, almost every week I'm going on a diet and we're starting to exercise in this household. It's not happening. But at some point,
yeah,
I believe you have to give yourself some grace as well.
yeah,
There are people that are
yeah,
suffering with weight loss or weight gain simply because of PCOS. And they're trying
yeah.
to lose weight because it's always a situation. And then you don't know people's health issues. I
Mm,
personally don't have any health issues, but I know that if I see somebody that's extremely skinny or extremely plus size, I'm not going to go, are you sick? It's rude. I
yeah,
just believe it's completely
yeah,
rude. And then on your
yeah,
side, in terms of the skin, the teeth, can you say you've tried
yeah.
everything or
At this stage, I'm a pharmacist. I am a dermatologist. I am everything.
you're
I've
an orthodontist?
tried everything. I'm even an orthodontist because when I had my braces, I was doing some wild shit with my teeth and the elastics, and like I would close gaps if I wanted to, if I could see like, oh, my teeth are looking weird today. Even though it was part of the process, I was just so in a hurry to get my teeth sorted. Like if I could see there was a gap, like starting, at a certain place, I would take an elastic, like a braces elastic, and tie it up on the brackets and close the gap. Because I was just like, why is it opening? It's
No,
supposed to be
because you're an
closing.
orthodontist.
Bruh, you couldn't tell me shit about my braces. I knew everything. Like, even when I would go for my dentist appointments and stuff like that, they would always laugh at me because I knew everything. Like, I had braces for 5 years, so basically I've studied.
The part.
And then when it came to my skin, I've tried every single home remedy. I've tried it all. I've had the best products from cheap to like expensive, and nothing worked. And that's when I realized that it was actually hormonal acne, because I would often get it like along my jaw. Right now, you can't really see because I don't have a breakout, but like, can you see? I would get it all in like the places where it's definitely hormonal. This, I don't know what the hell. I think that's like PMS pimples or whatever. But yeah, acne was really no joke. But then also too, I always felt like you were the prettiest sister. So it was really wild to be hearing you say all these things.
I feel
Because the
like
truth is,
yeah.
no, no, no. The truth is, so many guys would approach you, you'd be bagging so many guys, and nobody wanted me. Like legit, not that I wanted to be the prize, no. But I just felt like guys would never approach me, and I always just felt so insecure about my looks. And I think also too, another thing is I was always surrounded by really beautiful friends. Like
Yeah.
all my friends have always been stunning, 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 and they would attract a lot of attention. And I guess I just felt like the duck, you know.
Mm.
And then, yeah, like I remember I was in grade 7, it was like after prom or whatever, and this was on mixers. And like those mixer groups, you would find
Yeah.
people and
Those
whatever,
chat
whatever.
rooms.
You'd find the people in the chat room, and there was this guy from one of the chat rooms that added me on mixer and stuff. And he's like, oh, send a pic, because that was the thing back then. And I sent a pic of me and my best friend of the time, and he's like, oh, you fucking ugly. Legit,
Our
those were his
go-to's
words. You
out
fucking
right now.
don't know where he is, but not the point. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like, look where. And
Period.
yeah, also an insecurity. And then also, I remember this one time in high school, I think I was in grade 8. There was also this other guy that I used to chat to, but like, not even chat in that way, like legit just chat, like from a mutual friend or whatever. And then another friend started chatting to him, and she ended up having a first kiss with him. And then another friend in the group ended up kissing him too.
Oh
So they
no.
tag team, but not the point. The point is, I would always be like, "Oh, he's so cute," and come to school and rave about this cute guy. Can't you?
Thank you. Do you know
Can't
where
you?
the danger
But
is in friends?
yeah, hey, but it's okay because I've got my husband and I'm so happy. But yeah, bro, those things that have happened have really like taken a toll on my self confidence, and I think that also just made me more reserved, made me more like it also made me just know myself better. And
Mm.
I think I just became sure of who I am aside from my looks. Um, and I was also chubby. Do you remember how chubby I was in high school? I was almost like a 38 at one stage. And then I think I only started losing weight come varsity, from like the long, long nights, not sleeping, not eating. And then I started getting a little bit more confidence in myself. Yeah. I think the older you get, the more you realize that, bro, I don't need to please anyone. I don't need to do nothing for no one. If I want to
Please.
have a bad, I have a bad day, and that's that. Yeah, and then I just started owning that. I started owning my looks. I started owning my body. I started owning like my acne. Now I just don't care. And it's not because I'm married or whatever the case may be, or I'm comfortable, blah, blah. No, I legitimately don't care. And that's just that.
And that's on period. I also think when they say beauty starts from the inside, they mean it, and not just for like collagen and stuff, like your spirit, your
Yeah.
personality, your character. And I know they also say if beauty starts from the inside, why don't we walk around with X-ray machines? That's because we also walk amongst demons and evil spirits, but that's a conversation for another day. I feel like in my opinion, like I want the prettier one. I don't measure people like, oh, so and so is prettier than so and so. Yes, people are highly attractive out there, but God made us in his own image. So we all look different and we all different shapes and sizes and colors. But that's because when he said he
Yeah,
made us in his own image, he was talking about our spirits, reflecting and
yeah,
shining on his and all glory going to him. So I definitely think like there's no ugly people in my book. It's an
yeah,
ugly thing to say. It's mean. We already live in such a horrible world. So it just adds on. Like I don't believe in
yeah,
comparison, especially when it
yeah.
comes to looks, because we didn't have it like so easy. I mean, I know you say like a pool people, but it was like always that easy. There was always comments about weight. I think I had an ex once that was like, "You really need to go on a diet, and you really need to join the gym, and you really need to lose weight." And I'm just like, "And you really need to go." Because if you can't accept me for who I am and what I am and how I look, then we shouldn't be together. And now God has blessed me with somebody that doesn't want me to change a thing about myself, but just keep growing in terms of my career, my spiritual life, my emotional well being, and in our marriage.
Yeah, yeah,
So, like, just a side note for the ladies and the guys, if you're with somebody that is so focused on what you look like instead of who you are, you're not with the right person, in my opinion.
totally. I totally agree. But also there's this, the beauty standard is so crazy because as much as like it's all about acceptance and even this whole Lizzo thing for
Mm,
once. And I know Candace Owens spoke about it and Kanye West spoke about it, and she's all for this whole thick vibe that she's got going on, etc., etc., which is toxic to a certain extent
I
because she's
agree.
also promoting obesity, So that's like the one thing I will say is that being plus size is one thing. And I understand that there are a lot of people who have health related issues that are contributing to their weight gain. But
Mm,
there's a very fine line when it comes to promoting obesity and promoting acceptance. You
mm,
know, a lot of the times I feel like this new entertainment industry, especially in society or whatever, they're like, oh, it's so good to be plus size, it's so good. But nobody also speaks about the health issues that comes with being
mm,
plus size. Nobody talks about it. I know so many women who are, and maybe I shouldn't say plus size, I should just say like really overweight,
yeah.
that are really, really overweight and also have like reproductive issues. They have
Mm,
cardiovascular issues. So yeah, for me, I'm all about acceptance and not commenting on people's weight or the way they look, but I think we also have to have honest conversations about
mm,
health when it comes to weight and also health when it comes to beauty and plastic surgery and all these 10 things. Because having filler, I would say, oh, I want to go for filler or like get some ass. But what is it going to do to my health? And
mm,
even being weight, like after I gave birth, I think I lost a lot of weight. And everyone's like, oh, you snap back so quick, you snap back so quick. But nobody knew the health issues that I was having. And it wasn't healthy to lose weight like that.
mm,
It wasn't healthy to not eat, like my clothes don't even fit me.
mm.
So it's not healthy both ways. And I hate how being so skinny, being so slender, so glorified when also you don't know what people are going through or
Yeah.
what's causing that weight loss. You know, it's both ways. It's just yeah, there's a very fine line. And then I know you touched on the whole colorism thing and being light skinned and whatever. I've never really experienced it because, like I'm saying, I always felt like I was the tough. So I've never really experienced that thing where like guys will approach me because I'm there or whatever the case may be, or more acceptable. And then also too, when we would go out, like when we were all in a squad,
Yeah.
again, I felt like you prettier sister. This is not me looking for sympathy. This is just my truth. You know what I mean? So I never ever looked at colorism in that way. I always knew that it was a conversation,
Yeah.
and I knew, people had their opinions about it and stuff like that, but I've never experienced it the way people describe it to be.
I
So
think
yeah,
to
yeah,
also like, I know we keep going back to Lizzo, but I agree with that point you made earlier on. And to add on that, and this is not in any way to get our podcast cancelled with our 52 subscribers, but Lizzo played a very big influential role when it came to the plus size community and especially on how to dress. Like, I'm all for confidence, I'm all for everything, but guys, not every role has to show. At some point, we have to say it doesn't look nice.
yeah,
Likewise,
yeah.
on underweight people, we see the dresses that come over the hip, and we just know you're not wearing underwear. What is the picture you're
Oh,
trying to tell? Or the sheer mesh material where we can see nipples. Like, it's just, if you want to be naked, just say it.
yeah.
But in some,
But
in
you know
some
what?
places it's so
Me
widely
also.
accepted, yeah?
No, what pisses me off is that, for example, like how Lizzo would wear skimpy clothes, have her ass hanging out, and some of people look at her with side eye. But then if you have a thin person
Doing it,
wearing booty, their butt cheeks are hanging out, but they've got no cellulite and no rolls, but they're exposing their whole body.
and it's fine.
It's also it's so acceptable. For me, that's a double standard. And it's not
Mm,
about, oh, how it looks and, oh, it looks bad on plus size people for their role to hang out. And this person that's lean or got a nice body, it looks nice on them. No, for me, it's the double standard. And I mean, I did my BTEC range on plus size fashion, and all the
I know,
people
I
that I
was your face.
interviewed, you were the face of the range. All the people that I interviewed and I got to participate, the results were conclusive and it was the same. It all boiled down to confidence, self image, acceptance. People couldn't find clothes that complement their bodies as plus size women. They would go to stores and it's not inclusive, there's no sizes for them. Or they'd go in the store and there's like a broken size curve. A broken size curve means that there's like sizes missing for a particular style or whatever the case may be. They would also find that there were clothes that are just overly priced. And this whole rise per size thing, I know a lot of stores don't do it, but there are stores that still do it where you have to pay more because the size is bigger. So it's just a conversation that really needs to be had because pretty does hurt, bro. Pretty does hurt, and the beauty standards that are out here are just warped.
Mm.
It's warped. It's not fair. It's There's double standards. It's also sick because it's like one minute they're shouting, "Oh, lose weight, be healthy," and then you have a whole lot of health trends come out, and this diet and that diet and keto and blah, 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 banting, and there's so many things that are also not healthy for you that people portray to be healthy. You know, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but nobody wants to have real conversations about the
Mm.
beauty standard and what also comes with it. Like, especially being women, I feel like men don't go through half the things we go through. They get up, they wash their face with green soap and keep it moving.
Or
We got a
shampoo will go on the hair, the face, and the body.
we got a 15-step skin routine and still end up with hormonal acne. The fuck?
But there's also your hormones. But anyway, I just feel like I've worked in the beauty space. I've worked in the beauty market, and you saw the rise of incorporating plus size, mid size, mid whatever shapes in the fashion world when Ashley, I don't know what's her surname. She's the face of Revlon. That plus
Yeah.
size. Yeah. When she came on the scene and how she opened it, I've seen influencers on TikTok that Remy, I love her,
Mm,
stuff and how they're changing the game and stuff. And there's so many else. out there, but in the beauty space, especially in South Africa, I don't see that whole revolution filtering through. I mean, I've been on so many shoots, I've done so many beauty campaigns where I just haven't seen, and it's not just for weight, it's for different colors. I mean, when
Yeah,
Fenty came out full launch with 40 or 52 shades from white chalk to
mm,
black coal, really did something. She woke all these
yeah.
other beauty brands up to say, like, get with the program now. It's not just
Did you
five or
see
six
Kylie's
shades.
launch? Did you see Kylie launched a new concealer and it's also 40 shades?
I didn't, but it's good she took a page out of Fenty's book because, guys, it's
Yeah.
all inclusive now. We no more in them ages where people were scared of the sun.
But speaking about that and like the beauty industry, I still feel like the plus size models are not plus size.
They
They're
make
not.
size for me. I just like,
Mid size, Robin. They're just like a little bit curvy, and that's that. If you're gonna be
yeah.
catering for plus size women, use plus size models.
Mm,
42, 42 and up. Stop playing. Like, stop playing, bro. If you as a plus size woman, do you identify as a plus size woman, right?
I do. Oh,
You
like I'm saying my bars.
somebody you want to see somebody that looks like you, that's maybe built like you or similar to you.
Yeah.
You don't want to see somebody that's like me with like 2 more kgs of fat.
Or just
That's not
extra cheeks on the backside and big boobs. It's plus size for them.
and a little bit of hips. Like, no, that is not plus size. My opinion. Plus size is somebody who is chubby, thickens, rounded, curvy, has like, and
Yeah.
as much as there is a fine line between like promoting obesity and acceptance and stuff, but if you're gonna accept women for who they are, then fully accept them.
Mm,
Don't accept them. Oh, we so support plus size women and we cater for plus size women and whatever, and you're not using plus size women all over social media, in the magazines, on billboards, using curvy women. Then just say that.
do you
Say that
think
we accept curvy
good
women.
American users plus size people, or do they still fit into this previous category we just spoke about?
To be honest, I can't comment as much because I don't really follow all their campaigns.
Mm,
I have seen a lot of plus size models in Skims. I have seen a few plus size models for Good American. In terms of like how often they use them, I'm not sure. But I have seen a few. Not as much as like curvy woman or slender woman, but I have seen a few. Skims though has a lot of plus size women. I don't know if you've seen some of their campaigns. And it actually looks good. It looks classy.
yeah,
So kudos to them.
that's so nice. I think when I made that whole transition from beauty to now wellness, the most refreshing thing for me, and this is not me promoting the company I work for, was that our number one like motto, slogan, way of life in terms of wellness is to start your wellness journey wherever you are. It's not jump on a scale or go on a diet. It's about fixing inside. So now it's gut health, it's
Yeah.
anxiety
Yeah.
management, but it's not chemicalized. It's homeopathic and it's all natural and it's not about the way you look or what size you are. It's just about being healthy overall. And that is such a
Yeah.
fresh breath of air.
And I totally agree with that. It's the same thing with my acne though. I just never
Mhm.
knew how to target the hormones. Because I mean all the doctors would want to put me on contraceptives and stuff. Even when I was
Yeah.
in high school and didn't even need contraceptives. Bro,
Yeah.
they wanted to throw me on. And I was never for it because I'm just like, I'm not using it for the reason that it's actually intended. So I was always just like, oh, I'd rather put me on an antibiotic. And I
Yeah.
think once it, but the acne would obviously always come back because it's hormonal and my hormones weren't under control. Now I know that there's a lot of doctors that speak on it, a lot of dermatologists that do speak on um, balancing your hormones through the foods you eat,
Mm,
life, of those kinds of things. But even that too can be costly. Let's be honest. Like this whole healthy
Yeah,
lifestyle, it's costly.
it's flipping
It's
cost.
costly. Even the whole homeopathic thing, using all organic vitamins and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it can be very costly. Very costly.
I feel like in this economy that we live in, everything is just going up. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for Jesus to come. Oh,
Oh
I
my God.
feel it's
So
been
in
rough.
closing, though,
Yeah.
closing, who is the one person that you look up to when it comes to beauty and being pretty, and why?
So for me, it's Monet McMichael. I adore her. She's such a real person. For me, she's celeb status now, and she's still so humble. Like,
Yeah,
I can't say she hasn't had any surgery done, but I don't think she's had any surgery done. She works with the best brands and she's so, like a giddy girl that's just so excited. She always thanks God for how far she's come. She's such a healthy person on the inside and on the outside. So that's my it girl in 2023. And for you?
it's definitely Ricky Thompson. I don't even know how I didn't mention his name in the beginning. Forgive. But Ricky Thompson is my everything. I should say him and Denzel though, because they just give what's meant to be gave. You
Yeah.
know, Ricky has tea, clothes, body. Yeah, I'm joking. But really, like, he's beautiful and dark, like dark, but
Mm.
beautiful, and I love his personality. I'm not saying handsome because yes, he is handsome, but I'm saying beautiful because he's like a model. And as a fashion designer, you look at models like that, it's like, oh my God, like he's stunning. He's really stunning. So he's my it guy. And Denzel. Denzel's now into fashion. So he's
So
always flamed.
nice.
So yeah, that's my it guy.
I definitely think this topic deserves a part two. I know we always say that, but there's
And
so
it's
many
okay,
things
like, no.
we haven't
No,
even
no.
touched on, actually, like transgender and like everything that's going on in the world that fits within pretty hurts. Because pretty does hurt, but sometimes we make it hurt for nothing. So that's why
Period.
I'm saying we need a part two. This is the last episode I'm going to say we need a part two on. For the others, I'm just going to stick to part ones, done and dusted. But for this episode, I'm just going to publicly say that we need a part two because it's much deeper. We just touch surface level.
And also, can we promise to be consistent with posting because user 618 already gave me a tongue lashing and said she can't do anything with us because we post now and then we post 5 months later.
This
Just
is
saying.
also true, and I'm not defending us or like covering up our things, but there are things out of our control. We're on stage six,
Yeah.
and we're about to go on to stage 16 if ESCOM doesn't stop their nonsense. But let's also not act like we're not drained from work and you're not tired from your day to day life.
Well, last week, we actually should have video recorded last week. Guys, we started recording and we weren't even like 5 or 10 minutes into it. And Skywalker started going crazy. Cray. Okay. He started throwing like the worst, I won't say tantrum because he's still a baby, but he was
Mm.
just teething and miserable and like legit throwing himself all over the show. It was a hot mess. So we legit had to stop the whole recording and we
Exactly.
only met today.
And the week before that, I didn't ask for the Wi Fi issues. Like, there's
Oh my God.
nothing we can't. Like, we weren't even load shedding. We both made time. We both made it. And we both had makeup on with black tees and I think red lips.
Yeah.
Unplanned. But I mean, Cape Town, you in Durban. I can't just pull up to your house and just be like, let's record with tonsillitis
Yeah.
and all. So
Yeah.
user 618, we understand where you're coming from. Also, you know us personally, so know us. But we're not doing this on purpose. We're really passionate about this podcast and just getting our thoughts and opinions and feelings out there. So we're not going to let anybody down. We're just going to keep trying and keep pushing because that's how we just built. So yeah.
Period. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I should have said this in the beginning of the video, but you already know what to do. Okay, get all your friends and your friends' friends to subscribe. And also, I left this for last because I feel like we just got to go out the bang. We are officially on Spotify,
Woo!
darling. Spotify. Um, yeah, it's a big moment for us. So please also go and follow us on Spotify at We Need to Talk with Nash and Robs. Find us, follow us there. If you don't want to see our cute faces, you can just listen to our beautiful voices. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
For
Bye.
sure. On time, guys. Ciao.
Bye.